So there's a lot of information, unfortunately, misleading men in today's society. In this video, I'm gonna give you the only information you would ever need, and that will help you to become the man that women are drawn to. Women are looking and they are feeling a burning energy inside. They feel inspired. They're like, I just want to have that guy. I want him to be mine. I want him to look for me all the time. I want him to want me. And in terms of men, you will have men looking at you as an example, as a leader, as an inspiring force. And it's very simple, by the way. First thing you want to do is think about the integrity and whatever that means. Okay? What does integrity mean for you? I'm really very, very serious about this. Take a piece of paper and write down what integrity means for you right now. Integrity means that you have some principles, some values, some things that in your own mindset or your own world, you think they are correct. You stand by them. You are grounded in those principles and values. And you will never sacrifice them for anybody. Okay? A lot of guys are a bunch of pussies, and they, as soon as they feel pussy nearby, or the scent of a pussy, or a girl that is telling them, you know, I would prefer this and that and this and that, and you're simply not the version that the girl prefers, where if you're dependent on pussy and fucking desperate and needy, you will be like, oh, I can actually be this version you want me to be. This is not a man's behavior. As a guy, you are already happy. You are already complete. You are self-sufficient. You are fucking powerful, man. What are you talking about? Are you fucking kidding me? So when a woman tells you, from life I want X, Y, Z, and you feel you are not the correct match, you just leave, man. You just let her alone by the table. You're gonna tell her, thank you so much for your time, but guess what? I just need to fuck off. We're not a match. Okay? So, if that's the case, then you will do this. For example, you don't want a relationship. She's like, oh, but I want a relationship. If you don't want that, you will just fuck off. You don't need to manipulate her. You don't need to do fucking pickup techniques in order to get what you want, because by the karmic law, you will pay so much for doing this. And the second thing, when we're talking about integrity, you need to understand that every person has a point of view. And that doesn't mean you need to agree with that point of view. However, it does mean that you need to respect that point of view. Why? Because every single person has a background. Yeah? We have our values based on traditions, religions. We know what we know based on our parents, ambient and whatnot. Which means none of us is right. If you're going to tell me love is about freedom, and I'm going to tell you love is about the connection between two people, that doesn't mean we need to argue, okay? This is what we need to understand. So when you have your principles, when you have your point of view, you will also have an emotional charge because you stand by it. However, you got to respect what the people in front of you is saying, because you gotta understand their world. So this is a point where you have to become flexible, which means you will never abandon what you are, your principles. You just need to let go of them in this case to understand what this person is talking about. So if a woman will tell you, oh, I think that respect is blah, 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 and you do not agree with what she said, you still need to respect that thing. That doesn't mean you now become the version that she wants you to be. An example of this would be, you go and approach two women. One will tell you that this is amazing and she will thank you for this. She's being very grateful because last 2 months she went on the street with her tits out. Nobody wanted to talk to her. And she started to think that she had a problem, so she went to a psychologist. The other women will say that she feels a bit afraid of you because she feels like it's fucked up for you as a guy to walk to a woman on the street and talk to her. Let me just ask you this. What woman do you think is right? Your answer will be based on your internal map, on your principles. So some guys will say that the first one is right, some guys will say that the second one is right. In reality, both of them are right. Why? Because as I said, they have their own values. So based on the ambient and the beliefs they have, they are both right. So you don't need to agree with her, but you need to respect what she's saying. If she says, it's kind of fucked up the way you came at me, you're like, Jesus Christ, I just realized you are right. Sorry for that. I just wanted to know you. My name is Andrew. So you then proceed, of course, with what you want, yeah? You still want to get to know her. You still want to offer her some amazing moments together. But don't let the principles stand in your way. Learn how to become valuable. Learn how to become flexible in order to achieve this rapport of trust, because you will only have trust when that person understands that you understand her. If not, you will have conflict. So if you look at her and you're gonna be like, listen, but how did your parents meet? Did they approach themselves on Instagram? Then you will have conflict, because she is telling you, I don't like this, and you're telling her, well, fuck you, bitch, I don't like this. You know, so this is where you have conflict, you have resistance. You need to let your emotional charge aside, become flexible. You need to respect what she said and let her know that you understood. That's all you need to do. That is what it's lacking in this fucking society. The next thing, if you want to become a male version that attracts women, you gotta understand that fashion is incredibly important. So by being full of integrity, empathetic, flexible, by having this openness to understanding and listening, these are things that show the sanity of your internal feelings, okay, internal character, charisma, and whatnot. But people are focusing on the external as well. So when your fashion is shit, it simply shows that you are fucked up. And you know what's actually sad? This might not even be the reality. You might be the coolest guy on this planet that the planet hasn't seen yet, but the fact that you dress like shit, it will compromise every single little move you make. Let me tell you this. I went to a hotel. I was with a customer once, and I was dressed a bit like very basic. The guy looked at me, the gatekeeper over there at the hotel looked at me like I'm a piece of shit. I was like, I wanted to go to the toilet, and he was like, can you like not do that somewhere else? You really need to go in our bathroom? Like, you look like shit, like you look like a peasant, you know, something like that. The attitude was terrible, made me feel like shit. But then I went to the same hotel, to the same guy. 1 month later, I had the premium coaching, yeah? Premium coaching is 10K. 10,000 euros at us. I had a customer for 10K, and then I dressed in a suit and I went to the same hotel. The guy was like, what? Hey, yeah, let me just open the door for you, sir. Yeah, the bathroom is over there. Let me just accompany you. The guy came with me to the bathroom and made sure nobody entered. He opened the door. He took my jacket. Like, fucking hell. Huge difference. We treat people based on the way they treat themselves. We respect people based on the respect they offer themselves. We see about people whatever they see in themselves. Remember this. So fashion is incredibly important, because that's what people will judge you on. First impression is in fashion. Most of the men dress like shit. And that's the reason why they don't progress in life. If you sit with losers at your table, you will become the biggest fucking loser in the room. Understand this. The next thing I want to talk about is dignity. Now, dignity comes from integrity, comes from your discipline. When you say something, you do it. You base your actions around yourself, not other people. A lot of guys out there tell a woman, listen, I'm going to go tomorrow have a coffee at Starbucks. I would love for you to be there, to accompany me, you know. And she's going to be like, you know what, I'm kind of busy. I'm not going to come, so sorry for that. And this guy doesn't go to the coffee anymore. You should always invite women in the places that you are already going, because you don't want to base your actions on their responses and be dependent and attached to the outcome that somebody from external source provides. You want to be dependent on the actions you take, on your activities, on the things that you provide to yourself. So if I'm going to have a coffee at Starbucks, I'm going to invite a girl, but I'm still going to have my fucking coffee at Starbucks. I'm not depending on her company or her presence or if she's coming on. I don't give a shit. And during that coffee, I will chat other girls, I will pick up other women, and I will stay with other women at the table. And I'm going to put a fucking story, and I'm going to show her that I'm with some other girl. that I'm not dependent of her. And now she's gonna be fucking attracted because she's like, oh, I didn't go out with him, but she's with another girl. Now she's gonna get jealous, envious, and she's gonna see what she lost. Think about it like this. And now the last thing I wanted to mention, as I said, dignity. Dignity is when you don't sacrifice people for your profit. Unfortunately, in this fucking society, you are being taught these things every single day. People want to conquer, want to pick up, and these are things that show you want to make people pay for your needs, which means you're going to go out there, you're going to take something from her, sacrifice what she wanted for your benefit. You don't want to do that, because by the karmic law you will get fucked over and over again. You never want to do that. You want to make sure situations are win-win. What I offer you is what I would always want for it to come back to me. If I'm giving you a hug, it's because I like to hug myself, and I know it's going to come back to me. I don't want to judge you. I don't want to hate on you. I don't want to rob you. I don't want to have sex with you and you wanted a relationship, so I'm going to take my sex and then I'm just going to leave and you go fuck yourself with your relationship. You never want to do that. So dignity is when you don't sacrifice anyone for your benefit. Sacrifice your fucking bullshit, sacrifice your fear, sacrifice your fucking hate, your fucking pain, sacrifice your money in whatever helps you to become a better version, and do it as fast as possible, because time is an illusion and it's passing by wildly fast. You are not immortal. Think about this and let me know when you want to start coaching or get access to our online courses. You have my email in the description below. Until next time, a warm hug for you. I love you with all my heart, and I hope to see you soon.